Good morning. I'm Bishop Calvert Swam II. We came here to tell America that here we are, 60 years later, and we're not going anywhere, and that you cannot erase us. Today, we stand in the shadow of a vacillating president who has been deemed the great emancipator, but he receives far too much credit while American historians have diminished the roles of black leaders and abolitionists and activists who are determined to transform this nation. We live in strange times where our non-melanated brothers and sisters want to convince us that slavery was nothing more than a vocational training program that gave our ancestors marketable skills, that 40 years of affirmative action was sufficient to wipe away 400 years of discrimination, and that 48 years of voting rights was enough to level the playing field. America wants to erase its original sin and pretend the enslavement, the rape, the murder, the brutalization, the dehumanization, segregation, emaciation, and mass incarceration of black people are merely figments of our imagination. They don't want the truth to make little Billy and Karen feel bad about what grandma and grandpa did. But the more you try to erase America's history of racism, the more it manifests itself. It manifests itself on riverboat docks in Montgomery, on streets in New York and Baltimore, when non-melanated Americans justify the cops shooting Jayland Walker 90 times, but then defend an ex-president with 90 criminal indictments. We are here to say that you cannot erase us. You tried it with slavery, you tried it with Jim Crow, with Tuskegee experiments, with crack cocaine epidemics, with extrajudicial murders, and you keep trying, but the more you keep trying, the more God keeps raising us up, lifting us, and giving us resilience and the strength to endure. You can't erase us, Ron DeSantis. You can't erase us, Sarah Huckabee. You can't erase us, Greg Abbott. We're going to be here fighting for our rights, fighting for our children, fighting against crooked cops and racist judges and white supremacist governors and every evil that wants to subjugate us to the bondage of bigotry. We're not going anywhere. You cannot erase us. We may be black. Racism might be ugly, but we're here. Somebody raise your hand and say, we're here.